Hello everyone, this is Arvind here, and today we are going to do a new chapter that is An Alien Hand. Actually, it was the name of our book, An Alien Hand. We are seeing here An Alien Hand, and this story was written by Jayant Narelkar, and his full name was Jayant Vishnu Narelkar. Actually, he was an astrophysicist and he was an professor of Inter University Center. He was born on 19 July 1938 at Kolhapur. So, this was the few words about Jayant Narelkar. Okay, so now let us start our chapter. So, my dear student, this is the chapter An Alien Hand. And actually, this story was written about alien who was lived on the Mars. Actually, in this story, a short child whose name was Tilu. Tilu and his parents live on Mars. However, they do not live on the surface of the planet. They live beneath the surface under artificial condition. Only some very skilled person in special suits can go on the surface. They go with a reservoir of oxygen for important work. Tilu's father is one of them. He goes to work through a secret passage. Tilu has always been anxious to go through the passage. However, he has been never allowed. One day, Tilu gets a chances. He get hold of his father's security card. Quietly, he had makes his way through the forbidden passage. He slips his father's magnet card into a slot. The door for the passage opens. Tilu now looks forward to seeing the sun or the stars. He had never seen there before. But that was not be. He moves hardly 10 steps when the security staff gets hold of him. He is sent back to his mother. Tilu's father decided to brief him properly. He tells Tilu that he cannot survive on the surface. The air is too thin and the temperature too low there. So he advised him not to try again to reach the surface of the planet. Tilu's father tells him that once upon a time their forefather lived on the surface, but times changed. A slight change in the sun upset the balance of nature on the planet. First, the birds became extinct, the animals followed, the fish also died. Human beings survived because of their superior technology. They used solar energy. Some of these machines which produce solar energy are on the surface. Tilu's father belongs to a special group. It is this group's responsibility to look after these machines. He assured Tilu's that he could also join the team when he grew up. His mother, however, warned him that it was possible only if he obeyed his parents. Next day, when Tilu's father went to work, he found the control room full of excitement. It was so because they had seen two spacecrafts so far. It had been their belief that they were alone in the solar system. Although the conference room was full of capacity, nobody was speaking a word. They waited for the president to say something. The president looked at his paper carefully. After a pause, he said that two spacecraft were approaching their planet. While one of the two was orbiting the planet, the other was still far away. It was the president guess that they were from their neighboring planet. Thereupon, he asked the opinion of his colleague. Together, they had to deal with these spacecrafts. Number one was in chains. Of defense, he told what his report had revealed. It was that a spacecraft did not contain any living being. It had only instrument. He suggested that there was no need to destroy those spacecraft. After their landing on Mars, they could make them ineffective if they so choose. Number two also agreed with number one. He added that by destroying those spacecraft, they would be revealing their existence. Number three also agreed with what the other two had said. Just then, the president got the message then that the first scientific spacecraft had landed. It was a red letter day in Tilu's life. His father had brought him to the control room from here. He could see the alien spacecraft on his TV screen. He looked with great interest at a panel with several colored buttons on it. His father told him that this pin was very important. Through its button, they had proper to make invert any part of the spacecraft. Suddenly, there was some movement in the spacecraft. All eyes were now glued the TV screen. A mechanical hand was coming out of the spacecraft. It went and touched the soil. Everyone in the control room was watching with great interest. Lop could not contain himself. He pressed the red button on the panel. There was shrill whistles. His father pulled him away roughly. Then he restored the red button its earlier position. But the damage was done. The mechanical hand of the spacecraft had ceased work. All this was happening on the Mars. On the Earth, NASA was holding a press conference. The spacecraft had come from the Earth. NASA had sent it. In the press conference, it was said that everything was well with the spacecraft, only the mechanical hand had stopped working. They, however, expressed confidence that very soon everything will be set right. Soon after, another press conference was held. It was informed that the mechanical hand had been reactivated. Soil samples were collected. These samples would reveal whether there was life on Mars or not. This was the part of Earth's Viking missions. The scientists behind the missions were disappointed. They found no sign of life on Mars. So, my dear student, I think this chapter is clear to you. Thank you and have a nice day.